Hello, everybody. It is I, Blaze from Blazing Flame Studio, and we are back with Tarkir Dragonstorm spoilers featuring Phoenix May.
Hello. Okay.
If we do not go over a card, it is either because it is a very bad card, and we're going to spend 2 seconds on it, or we went over it in our first half of this little series. Feel free to check that out, and also check out Phoenix May's channel. Great channel. Long-time collaborator. But with the intros out of the way, let me share my screen to you, Phoenix, and we can get on with good old spoilers season.
Okay, I'm gonna pop this out so I can.
As you're popping it up, do you miss the days when it was kind of just, oh, there's a spoiler season like 4 times a year, and it's not back to back to back to back to back?
It feels like we've been in spoilers for I have no clue how long, because it's been Ether Drift, and then we got a fair amount of Final Fantasy, and then I don't remember what was after that.
We're getting Final Fantasy, and
we're still doing Final Fantasy, and now we're getting Dragonstorm.
And Spider-Man spoilers have a bunch of those.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple of those. Did they do more than just the 6?
They technically did the welcome deck boxes, so we know that like Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Gwen, Miles, OG Spider-Man, and like one other are going to be there, but.
Okay, I haven't paid attention, but whatever.
And let's double check.
I might just skip the Spider-Man set altogether, unless there's like something. I guess I don't know, like something that's like some like interesting reprint or something.
We got spoilers for Edge of Eternities.
Oh god.
Yep. Anyhow, just double checking. You can see what is currently on the screen.
Yep, it's the Feral thingy, Rebellious Strike, and
alright, and starting us off with our spoilers. Feral Death Gorger is 6 mana for a 3/5 with Flying and Death Touch. It is a dragon. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Overcosted, but it is a 3/5 with Flying and Death Touch, so maybe it sees play, but I doubt it for 6 mana.
This looks like that thing that's gonna like, that's like there just to fill the upper end of a draft curve.
Also, just related to the art, that just looks like a Phyrexian, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's way too spiny. But more importantly, we have Dusk Sight, which is 2 mana for a sorcery omen. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, draw a card. If you get that said, put a +1/+1 counter on 1 target creature, draw a card, it would be bad, but up to 1, at least it's 2 mana, draw a card.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I don't have a ton to say on this card.
Yeah, I don't have a ton. I don't think Black is really known for 1/1 counters, but I could be wrong. Black is not.
Really? It's usually like, if you have Black giving counters, it's either -1/-1, or they'll get counters with being green as well.
Yeah.
Moving on, Rebellious Strike is 2 mana, instant for a target creature gets +3/+0, draw a card. Until end of turn, but still.
Yeah.
We're not
run-of-the-mill, like, combat trick.
Yep, run-of-the-mill combat trick, and we're not in the world of Feather anymore, so doubt it sees play. Moving on to our first rare of the day. Herd Heirloom is 2 mana for an artifact. It has 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Or tap. Until end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
This is actually pretty good. Like, just enjoy. Like, I mean, I think the standard for like mana rocks is pay 2 for a tap 1.
Yeah, I think that.
And with extra ability, I think this is fine.
I think in like mono green commander decks, this could maybe replace Arcane Signet if you're like a creature heavy green deck.
Oh yeah,
because it's
yeah. I don't think you even need to be mono green.
True, like green black, I think could use this. Green
black,
red.
Green red. Maybe.
You know, we know that
white, maybe
the creature decks need that card draw.
I'm gonna say that last ability is also at instant speed. So like if something like goes unblocked, and you can do it after the blockers are declared.
True. It also has weird synergy with like ninjutsu stuff.
Oh yeah.
Onward and upward. Hollow Merc Siege, one of the new cycle of sieges, is 2 mana for an enchantment. When it enters, choose Sultai or Abzan. Sultai, whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Abzan, whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains Menace until end of turn.
How relevant is I'm not sure how big of a deal Menace is for black-green, but counters are good.
Counters is okay. I definitely think between these two, Sultai is better than Abzan.
Yeah.
Menace is nice, but this is going to be... If it sees play, it's in Commander, because it's technically a do-nothing. The turn it comes down, most likely. But drawing a card whenever you put a counter once each turn, you can do that on opponent's turn, so that's up to 4 cards in Commander.
Yeah.
Teeming Dragonstorm is 4 mana, another Dragonstorm, for a white enchantment uncommon. When this enchantment enters, create 2/2 white soldier creature tokens. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. This actually seems fairly decent. It's a bit overcosted in my opinion, but it is a repeatable effect.
I just realized, like, the prior card also has, like, maybe some synergy, like Persist, Undying.
True, that is very true.
That's just a minor note, okay. But
yeah, I mean, Teeming Dragonstorm, I feel like is just a slightly upgraded version of Call the Cavalry.
I don't remember off the top of my head Call the Cavalry. It was
4 mana sorcery, make 2/2 white knights. The only upside to this is it is a repeatable effect in a dragon deck, so
yeah.
You know, I don't think something could be particularly good. Moving on to, I think, your favorite cycle from last time, of the 3 mana people who we have a cycle. Flamehold Grappler is a Jeskai cast for a creature human monk for a 3/3 with first strike, and when this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn when you cast it. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Okay, what I wish is maybe take the stats down a little bit, add Flash.
Yeah. Also,
that's what I would like.
Just a wording thing for me that I find odd. When this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn when you cast it. Why not just copy the next spell you cast this turn? Why add when you cast it?
I don't know. I feel
like it's the same thing regardless. But,
is there some weird stack issue that I'm not thinking of, or like is really niche?
I don't think this is very good, because if you're wanting to cast this on curve, it's a 3 mana 3/3 with first strike, which is okay. But to get good value out of this, you're casting it, I guess, maybe on turn 4 if you're casting a cantrip.
Yeah, I'm guessing the second mode is really meant to be like, oh, if the 3/3 first strike is a little outclassed at this point late in the game, then you get some more value out of it.
Yeah. The one I think my favorite part about this art is the flavor text of, a flurry of fists doesn't impress you, perhaps if they're on fire. Dragonstorm Globe is a 3 mana artifact. Each dragon you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, and you tap it to add 1 mana of any color.
Okay.
Including Commander.
Is that, I guess, like in a Dragon Commander, yes. I'm trying to think, is that good enough to be a 3 mana tap 1?
I mean, it has in Dragon specifically, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's also the I'll take my mana fixing in limited, but take my.
Yeah, true. Kind of transferring over into, speaking of, Dragonstorm Forecaster is 1 blue for a creature human scout with 2 in the tap. Search your library for a card named Dragonstorm Globe, previously mentioned, or Boulderborn Dragon. Reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. If I remember correctly, Boulderborn Dragon was a 6 mana artifact, 3/3 that surveilled 2 on entering.
Oh, I don't remember.
And it's a 0/3. Very similar to, I don't know if you played the set, but there was the renowned weaponsmith who could fetch the Vial of Dragonfire or the Heart Piercer.
Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking of. I didn't play this, but I remember seeing this in like Iconic Masters. Was it like the something search for like a witch and a cauldron and a newt? And I
don't know which one. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's.
I don't remember which one, but same deal.
I think this needed to not be blue.
Yeah.
Also,
1 mana 0/3 isn't like bad and like limited. I'm like.
Yeah, because the thing with this is, it's decent. I don't know how fast this set is going to be, but you'd be spending turn 1 to cast this, Turn 2, you'd be tapping it to go get Globe. Turn 3, you're playing Globe, so you've effectively done nothing for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Avenger of the Fallen is 3 mana for a 2/4 Death Touch, which is Preacher of the Schism mana, so it must be clearly as good as Preacher of the Schism.
Yeah.
It's a human warrior. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard, which is whenever this creature attacks, create X tapped an attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens, sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. In Standard, I don't know if this does a ton. I feel like in Commander, however, or like
That's
Historic.
pretty good, Drew.
Yeah,
Are
in
we
Historic,
at Creature of the Schism level, or are we just a little lower?
I'll put this lower because Preacher does a lot.
Yeah, fair, because like Preacher, does Preacher does have lifelink, right? I forgot. Or no, it makes things with lifelink.
No, I think it's just Death Touch.
No, I'm misremembering. It makes things with lifelink.
Yes, it makes a vampire with lifelink. I think this in Commander could be good when you have like the token synergies of like creature tokens you control of Death Touch or something like that.
Yeah.
The ultimate problem with I think this card is that there's so many ways to exile cards in Graveyard.
Yep.
And I feel like that's always like a staple of most Standard formats of having some like I think Soul Guide Lantern is a good example that people run.
Yeah.
So
But did they get
not great.
again recently? Never mind. Yeah, whatever.
Good, not great. Lore-wise, probably a favorite card of yours. Alicia's Legacy, 2 mana for an instant. Target creature you control gains Death Touch and indestructible until end of turn. I know that you have your Alicia deck, so maybe it doesn't go in Alicia because it's not the. I mean, it's the 2 mana Death Touch indestructible combat trick.
It would be funny if, since one of my decks, Ziatora, is a fling, and that's in Jund.
Yeah.
I was like, kill your big creature by flinging 1 at it. Oh.
We'll say, not the card's pretty generic. We see versions of this all over. Good flavor text of "If I die today, I will ensure my death is worthy of legend."
Yep.
Moving on to Yathan Road Watcher, creature human scout for 1 and an Abzan. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I feel like this could be good in like a Sultan or an Abzan mid-range list.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think those are the colors to abuse Blink, but I guess that's.
I think I remember at least 1 3 mana mill card from last time, so you could like get stuff in the graveyard on 3, and then you could kind of get back your value. My one wish is that this was a 3/4.
I guess I bolt, yeah.
Bolt and just, I don't know, for some reason this just feels like it should have had a stat line of a 3/4.
Okay.
Twin Maw Stormbrood is 6 mana for a white dragon. Flying, when it enters, you gain 5 life. That's however. 2 mana for a sorcery, Omen. Charring Bite deals 5 damage to target creature without flying. If it was an instant, it would be playable in probably multiple formats.
Yep.
As it is, I mean, that's probably going to be considered premium removal in this limited environment.
That's actually probably true. But, like, how many things don't have flying? Actually, that probably kills basically anything without flying.
Yeah, honestly. And maybe the problem is if you're playing this just for Charring Bite, then you're often going to have this thing will shuffle back into your deck, and if you don't splash white for it, you're never casting it. So it's literally a dead card. Which is I kind of wish the Omens just went into your graveyard.
Or you could choose.
Yeah, then you may shuffle this card into its owner's library. Would be a good one. Let's see here. Fresh Start, 2 mana for an enchantment aura. Black, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -5/-0 and loses all abilities.
Losing all abilities is pretty big on this.
Yeah, and -5/-0 is nothing to scoff at. It gets rid of most dragons.
Yeah.
I feel like it was better, and I think this is a functional remake of the Ikoria one that had a similar mechanic, and I don't know how useful the loses all abilities is going to be, because a lot of the stuff we've seen is ETBs, not so much attacks. It's good against Mobilize.
Oh yeah, Mobilize.
But in general, it's decent. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Next up is Sonic Shrieker, 2 and a Mardu for a creature dragon. With flying, it's a 4/4. When it enters, it deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. If a player is dealt damage this way, they discard a card. That's actually probably pretty good for Mardu Limited.
Yeah, limited. Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 damage, which I think can deal with quite a few threats. And if you hit a player, they have to discard, and you get a 4/4 flying for 5. So, pretty good.
So it's either knock something on the board or ping someone for 2 and make them discard.
Yeah, and you get a big body. Ursa Light Shatter is 3 mana for a 3/3 with haste, or legendary creature Orc Wizard. When Tursa Light Shatter enters, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. Whenever Tursa Light Shatter attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard. You may play that card this turn. This actually might be decent in Alesha, no?
Yeah, since my Foundation Alesha deck is all legendary creatures, I'm probably going to try and grab this.
And luckily for you, I don't think it's going to be super great in Standard, so it should probably be under $1.
Yay! Or I can maybe trade for it or pre-release or something, I don't know.
Very
Maybe I pull it, just avoid that.
It's a rare, clearly. It'll just be your pre-release promo.
Yeah, clearly.
Snakeskin Veil. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control against Death Touch, or against
Nice
Hexproof until end of turn.
Nice reprint, okay, move.
Oh, what's that?
That's nice reprint. Good.
Reprint, moving on. Only thing I'll say about it is that it was very good in whenever it was last printed, because I remember it was a staple. Moving on. Corey Mountain Star.
What's the last time in Strixhaven Archives? Strixhaven?
Maybe. I think it was originally.
I know I have that. I know I have Strixhaven version in one of my decks. Strixhaven.
Yeah. Corey Mountain Stalwart is 1 in a Boros for a creature human monk. 3. I will immediately say, without looking at the ability, a 3 mana 3/3 with an ability, so already pretty good stat line. Has Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life.
I'm not sure if I see this going anywhere outside of Limited, but Limited, happy to see it.
Yeah, see it Limited. That's life is 5 in a Sultai for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way.
Yeah, so...
I think Decree of Pain was the destroy all creatures you draw a card for each that destroyed this way.
I remember seeing, a little bit on this. I think people were like, yeah, the colors clearly need help card draw. Clearly need help.
It's a bit expensive, but maybe it sees some sort of play.
Decree of Pain's also 8, though, right?
Yeah, I think Decree of Pain's 8, but it's also 5 black, so you're not forced into 3 colors. Oh, also, I'll mention, this is part of a cycle of, 8 mana big spells. It's kind of like the new Ultimatum cycle, in a kind of weird way. Just really expensive 3-color spell. But they're a lot easier to cast.
But ultimatums are all pips.
Yeah, it's 2 of one color, 3 of another, 2 of another. I think this... I don't see Standard ever being in a place where you're casting this. Commander, on the other hand...
Oh, yeah.
Commander, imagine you're up against a Stithis enchantments list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Kitla Gimmer is a 2 mana 2/2 with flying. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Good in Sultai.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say on the matter. That, and it's a 2/2 flyer for 2.
It's green-blue, so why couldn't they make this have it black in it, at all?
Yeah. My also thing is, if you're in green-blue and you're casting this on 2 and not a ramp spell, which is what green-blue typically wants to do on turn 2.
Yeah.
Essence Anchor is 3 mana for an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, Surveil 1. Tap and create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Activate only during your turn and only if a card left your graveyard this turn. So basically, it's a 3 mana Surveil 1 on your upkeep with an ability that maybe you get to use once or twice.
I don't think that's enough for 3 mana. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Your Life from the Loam, 8 mana for a sorcery with Delve. Delve, for those who don't know, is each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell pays for 1 mana. For each player, choose up to 1 target creature card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. There's zombies in addition to their other types. Relevantly, Afterlife from the Loam is not the black version of Life from the Loam.
I don't remember what actual Life in the Loam does.
You get lands from your graveyard, and you can put it. It has whatever that mechanic is that lets you put it back instead of drawing a card.
Oh, shit. What was that? Was that? I don't remember. Was it Dredge, right?
Dredge, not Delve. Yeah, Dredge. This seems okay. Good in Commander, in a zombies deck, I would say. Or something that's like self-milling you. Don't think it's play in Standard, because, 2-player.
Mm-hmm.
Moving ever onward. Kaval's Judgment is a 3-mana enchantment, black enchantment. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure token, make it 2/2. This very much reminds me of that artifact we just got from the discard artifact from Aetherdrift, Monument to...
Oh, Monument, yeah. Monument to Endurance?
Yes. I know that your commander, your Alesha deck is all legendary creatures, but this probably wouldn't be horrible in that deck.
I would mind cards and treasures. I would not.
This definitely seems like it would be good in that deck.
Yeah. I feel like it's also not drink or turn, so you can if you manage to reanimate something instant speed or something. Or actually, does this work with the various God, I'm trying to fake your own death type effects? Or
I think so.
I was there's probably a better name for that, but that's just the first card I can think of.
Yeah,
it's the one that if this creature would die this turn, return it to the battlefield.
Yeah. So we're at a standard where I think that reassembling skeleton is standard legal, which maybe this is good in that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine I pay 2 to reassemble my skeleton, and I make a treasure token, and I make a 2/2.
Yeah, make a treasure token is also untapped.
So I would also say, as I was examining this next card, I thought it was bad. Then I reread the card. Colossal Grave Reaver is 8 mana for a dragon, 6 black green, flying. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, mill 3. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield.
Yeah, so it's basically anytime you mill a creature, put it on the field. Put it on.
Yeah, well, relevantly, it's one or more. You put one of them on. So if you mill 3 creatures, you only get 1. But,
yeah, if you can get multiple instances of mill 1.
Do we think this is playable? It's 8 mana. I think if you reanimate it.
You can reanimate it or ramp into it or something.
Yeah, I think this could be C-play, but I don't think it's... I think it's Commander, if anything, not Standard.
Yeah.
Will of the Sultai...
Actually, it's in the precon. It's in the precon. Actually, wait. Just a little bit.
This isn't a Commander precon.
When did we get into the precon cards? Oh, Afterlife Malone was the first one.
Don't worry, we'll be... Okay, the next, 5 are precons. Will of the Sultai, 5 mana for a sorcery, green. Choose one if you control a commander. As you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Target player mills 3 cards. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature where X is the number of lands you control. It gains trample until end of turn. This needed to be 4 mana.
Yeah, that needed to be 4.
I think Splendid Reclamation is 3 mana and does the first effect. And I think Kamal's Will does something similar for the second effect.
I should know what Splendid Reclamation does.
It's just return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sorcery.
Yeah, but come on.
I don't think this is particularly good.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Alright, moving on. I will also say
Splendid Reclamation is 4. Splendid Reclamation.
Yeah, I'll also say we're coming up on... You'll see Steward of the Harvest in a couple minutes. This may be one of my favorite cards in the set.
Okay. What, Steward or something else?
Steward. Welcome the Dead is a sorcery for 4 mana. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card and you lose 2 life. Create X tap 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. That's flashback of 6. I
don't know if this is good or overcosted.
think it should be 3 mana for the first effect. For the first cast.
Flashback 6, I guess, makes sense, but like I don't know about the first cast on flashback.
Yeah. I think it's too overcosted. Diviner of Mist is 5 mana for a 4/5 flying dragon. When this creature attacks, mill 4 cards. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with mana value 4 or less without paying its mana cost. If that spell will be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Also feels... do I think it feels... I just think it's bad. I don't think it's overcosted. It's just a removal magnet.
Yeah.
But maybe. Steward of the Harvest, featuring incredible art by Mary Magni, is a 4 mana 3/3 human druid. When this creature enters, exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature.
Yeah, this could go...
I'd like to point out that Gaia's Cradle is an activated ability.
Yeah.
I very much think this is going to be a sick card.
Yeah. Art is cool, and
Art is very
I think
cool.
this is the potential of this goes up as your spending budget goes up.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's also things like...
How expensive is like Maze of If nowadays?
It's actually not that bad. I think it may be
I
10.
don't think it's bad, but like...
It's like 10.
Yeah.
Other relevant things you could exile with this: Cabal Coffers. You could exile with this.
Yeah. Things like...
Castle Garenbrig.
Does that give counters for trample or both?
Castle Garenbrig? That's the one where you tap 4 mana and tap it to add 6 color, 6
Oh,
green.
green mana.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see. There's things like Yawgmoth and Yavimaya.
Yeah, but those aren't activated abilities.
Oh yeah, those aren't. Never mind. Yeah, we said Maze of If. Nykthos?
Nykthos, yeah. Also, I didn't even think about this. Strip Mine and Wasteland are activated abilities.
Yeah. At least, those. That's basically sack things.
Still, that could like strip mine an entire person's board if this is like a token.
Basically, any non-basic lands. Can't you just like, if you have a non-basic land, doesn't that just give like?
Yes.
Wouldn't that just give your creatures like tap add?
Yeah, it would basically give because an activated ability is always just like tap add something.
Yeah.
It doesn't specify activated abilities that aren't mana abilities. Thankfully, this cannot copy Field of the Dead.
Yeah.
Alright, moving ever onward. Also, for those who are staying around, at the very end, we'll be going over our like top 3 favorite cards from the set that we've seen so far. This may be very high on that list. Floral Evoker is a 3 mana 2/3 with landfall of all things. It's a snake druid for those that care about that. When a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And you can pay green and discard a creature card. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Are we really at the point where we're discarding creatures to get back lands?
No, I think generally not. Unless you want the creatures in the bin anyway.
Yes, so basically this is a Sultai card. It's a mono green Sultai card. It's okay, I guess.
It's okay, yeah.
Moving onward, Bone Cairn Butcher is 1 in a Mardu for a creature demon. Mobilize 2, and attacking tokens you control have Death Touch. Now this makes that previous like Preacher of the Schism ripoff much better.
Yeah.
This will be something you 100% build around in Limited.
Yeah.
And maybe could see standard play.
Maybe? I'm not...
Anything else on Bone
But,
Cairn?
I don't think so.
All right, Heritage Reclamation, 2 mana for an instant. Choose one. Exile up to 1 target card from graveyard. Draw a card. Destroy target enchantment. Destroy target artifact. I feel like we have one of these every set.
Yeah. Instant card from graveyard, draw a card. Okay, I think that's fair. I don't think we really need too much on
Also,
that.
for those who are listening, we are out of Commander. We have been out of Commander since Bone Cairn Butcher. War Effort is 4 mana for an enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever you attack, basically mobilize 1.
Yeah.
Overcosted for.
I think this is overcosted for sure. Yeah, this is overcosted.
Would be 3 mana, I would think, and that would be fine.
Yeah, I'd say 3. Yeah.
Monastery Messenger is either 6 colorless, Jeskai, or a combination of that. For a creature bird scout, 2/3, flying vigilance. When this creature enters, put up to 1 target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard on top of your library. This seems very weird to put in this effect in Jeskai.
Well, you probably have. I think that's the clan that probably has the most card draw.
True, but it's also like, I guess you're getting an instant or sorcery back from the graveyard.
Yeah,
doing with this, but like,
probably it feels like Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't think this is a very good card.
I don't think it's accurate. Especially, it's also overcost. I think it's overcosted for stats, barely.
Yeah.
Flying Vigilance is... And that's also not a May ability. That's also...
Yeah. No, I mean, it'll fizzle if there's no targets.
Yeah, but if you did not want to put the thing up...
It's not a May ability, but it's put up to 1, so you don't have to put
up to 1. You can target nothing.
Yeah. River Wheel Sweep is the same casting cost. For tap target creature, put 3 stun counters on it. Exile the top card of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. This is arguably better than Monastery Messenger.
Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense, common versus uncommon, for like limited purposes.
True, but even then, I don't think it's particularly great.
Yeah. I mean, 3 stun counters is going to take a while.
Yeah, and then I guess you've got Impulse Draw from 1 card.
It feels like remove the biggest combat threat from the board for 3 turns, essentially. From the board.
Pretty much, yeah. Host of the Hereafter. Again, very good art. The art in this has been really good. Also, don't worry, I will click on the Japanese card when we get to it. 4 mana for a 2/2, so it must be really good if we're 4 mana for a 2/2. This creature enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put its counters on up to one target creature you control.
Yeah, that seems good.
I mean, it's 4 mana for a 4/4 that gives 2 counters when it dies. This seems good in like Golgari Ozolith decks in Commander.
Ooh, how many decks are in that type actually?
Probably not many, but maybe this can help with that. It's decent.
I was like, the art, like the person in the art actually just reminds me of like Theros from 3 Houses.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting that vibe.
Yeah.
Moving ever onward. Japanese card.
Larion
Conqueror is 3 mana for a 3/3 creature dragon, flying. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated.
Okay, it's the new hate bear. Fun. It's the new hate bear.
It's a hate bear with flying, and it's honestly, pretty decent cost. 3 mana, 3/3 with that effect.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a sideboard card.
Yeah.
But that's a very good sideboard.
I feel like that's a card that is getting bolted immediately, like a commander table or something.
Yeah. Or the 2 mana, 5 damage can't hit this because it flies. Yeah, very good card. Probably sees standard play. Probably sees commander play in prison decks.
Yeah.
Dragonologist is 3 mana for a 1/3 human wizard. When this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant sorcery or dragon from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And also untap dragons you control with hexproof. This is a better Augur of Bolas for 1 extra mana.
Okay. Yeah, the untapped dragons having hexproof actually seems good in dragons.
Yeah, very good in dragons. I don't know if this sees play. This probably sees play in dragons. It's also very good in Jeskai.
Because it's instant sorcery, yeah.
Coordinated maneuver. 2 mana for an instant. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker or destroy target enchantment. We had this fairly recently. We had it in Ether Drift, except it was called like Coordinated Assault or something, and it destroyed an artifact instead of an enchantment. Or a vehicle instead of an enchantment. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's good in Go Wide decks. Probably good in Mobilize. Moving on.
It's probably fine in limit. It's probably like, I'll take the removal I can get in limited type thing.
Spectral Denial is basically a better Syncopate. It is X and a blue for an instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. 90% of the time, this is just Syncopate.
I don't remember Syncopate does.
X and a blue for an instant. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X.
Probably, okay.
I think that if you're in a deck that is running creatures with power 4 or greater, you're not running this card.
That's probably true.
Because you're probably not holding up mana on turn effectively 4 or 5 on an opponent's turn. Keeper's Familiar is 1 in a Sultai for a creature snake. Flat. When it enters, choose 1. You gain 3 life and Surveil 3. Destroy target enchantment. Counter target creature spell. This seems good in Sultai midrange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, in a good amount of flash decks, even though that's more commander.
Yeah.
Also, just going off of previous spoilers, man, there's a lot of enchantment destruction in this deck.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder about the limited environment of enchantments as a whole in this set. But overall, good card. I think counter-target creature spell's kind of niche, but gain 3 life and honestly, if it just said Surveil 3, this would be very good still.
Oh, yeah. Gain 3 life, Surveil 3 sounds good.
Moving on. Glacierwood Siege, next to the Sieges. 1 green, blue, so we know it's going to be broken. For an enchantment, when this enchantment enters, choose Temur or Sultai. Temur, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards. Sultai, you may play land cards from your graveyard. Yeah, I would say that Sultai is going to be very good here.
Yeah.
This is Crucible of Worlds, but an enchantment, and you don't have to be Crucible of Worlds if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can be, like, Crucible of Worlds costs 3 or 4, I don't remember.
It's 3. It's 3 colorless.
Okay. So you get the modal on this. Instance, whenever casting target player mills 4 cards. You either want the cards in your graveyard yourself, or
you just play mill against somebody.
Yeah.
Moving ever onward. Whirling Stormbrood is 5 mana for a 4/3 flash flying. You may cast sorcery and dragon spells as though they had flash. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then Dynamic Soar is 3 mana for an omen, 2 and a green, put 3+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. This is the first one of this cycle where I feel like the dragon is better than the omen.
Yeah.
And I still think the dragon's not great.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
at least for
I think it's better than some of the others.
It's better than some of the others. Disruptive Stormbrood is 5 mana for a 3/3 dragon. Flying when it enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment.
Sure.
Petty Revenge is its Omen. 1 in a black for a sorcery omen. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Seems good and limited.
I think both modes are pretty okay. Actually, I don't remember what artifacts are in this.
Basically, destroy target enchantment at this point. It can get rid of the 3 mana ramp thing that makes your dragons enter with a counter.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on, Step Citadel, Opulent Palace, Nomad Outpost, and Frontier.
Yeah, great.
Did we look at these?
No.
Alright, Dragonbrood's Relic is 1 and a green for an artifact. Tap and tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. For 3 white, blue, black, red, green, sacrifice this artifact, create a 4/4 dragon creature token. Named Reliquary Dragon, that's all colors. It has flying, lifelink, and when this token enters, it deals 3 damage to any target, activated as a sorcery. That's a lot of abilities. I think the first thing is going to be decent and limited. I do not see a world where you're paying 8 mana for a 4/4 with Flying Lifelink and dealing 3 damage.
Yeah, especially in 5-color. 5-color.
Yeah. This reminds me of that suitcase from Streets of New Quebec.
Do I remember what it does? No. Do I remember, like, not really touching it? Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Embermouth Sentinel is an artifact creature chimera. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it onto the top. If you control a dragon, put it onto the battlefield tapped instead. It's Campus Guide, but better.
Yeah.
Because it is
Campus Guide just goes to your hand, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Campus Guide goes to top of library, I think. Yeah. Or maybe it might be.
Yeah, it is.
Either way. This might see Fringe playing Commander, because technically, if you're playing Dragons, this is just 2 mana land.
This is a Chimera?
This is a Chimera, but it does put the land on the battlefield if you control a dragon.
Yeah, okay.
So that is relevant. Otherwise, good for the Chimera players, finally getting some additional support after all these years.
Yeah, how many Chimeras are there?
Not many. Lion Weight is Sultai to cast for sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lion Weight deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature.
That sounds okay. I mean, it's better than, like, some things. But
yeah. Sagu Wildling is 5 mana for a creature dragon.
Is this the first Omen that we've seen that's the Omen is the same color as the creature?
It might be. It probably is another cycle. There seems to be a lot of cycles in this set.
Yeah.
Saga Wildling, 5 mana for a 3/3 dragon with flying. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Well, that's kind of middling. Surely the Omen makes it better. It does. Rooseek is 1 green for a sorcery Omen. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, the Omen is kind of like Bushwhack.
Yeah, you don't get to fight, but instead of a fight, you get a 3/3 dragon that gains you 3 life. I think this is one of the better Omen we've seen. It beats a few of the uncommon ones.
Yeah, I will take my mana fixing.
Also, relevantly, because it's the same color, you don't have to worry about splashing for the other part of it if you only want the Omen. So I think that's good.
And green doing what green does. It's
ramping.
Yep.
Attuned Hunter is 3 mana for a 3/3 with trample. Human Ranger. There's a bear, so Grand Start from Loading Ready Run will be happy. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
The thing is, it doesn't have the card type bear.
Unfortunately.
Anyways, yeah.
It's okay. It's gonna be good in Sultai probably, but that's about it.
It's also during your turn.
Also very true.
Yeah. Also, I just reminded something of one of my friends, something like one of the the taglines for the Teamer Commander precon for the set is just ramp mana, summon dragons.
So basically, this card, Sagu Wildling.
Yeah.
Alright. Venerated Stormsinger is 4 mana for a 3/3 Orc Cleric. Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's an objectively bad Blood Artist, but it is a Blood Artist, so it will see play in Commander.
Yeah. I think this is all I think this is also really good with in limited with Mobilize.
Yes, very good with Mobilize.
Because it's you are making a bunch of tokens every turn and sacking them all every turn. Sack.
Very true. Underfoot Underdogs. Say that 5 times fast. 3 mana for a 1/2 creature Goblin Warrior. When it enters, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token. Pay 1 and tap it. Target creature you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. This doesn't even seem good in limited.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is worse. What's that card? Goblin Instigator or something? Because that costs 2.
You get the power 2 or less can't be blocked, but I don't think that's going to be relevant 90% of the time.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be relevant even in limited.
Shock Brigade does not shock anything, so immediately flavor fit. 2 mana for a 1/3 with Menace, and Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice the beginning of the next end step for those because I haven't brought up what Mobilize does in a while. This actually seems pretty good.
Limited, yes.
Limited, yes. Not in any constructed format, but good and limited.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Menace with Mobilize makes that very hard to block.
Yeah.
Unrooted Ancestor is 3 mana for an uncommon 3/2 Spirit Cleric with Flash, and you can pay 1 and sacrifice another creature. This creature gains indestructible until end of turn, tap it. If this had flying, it would be very good. Right now, it's just eh.
Yeah.
Kumar Initiate is 2 mana for a creature human cleric. It's an uncommon. Pay X and a black and tap it. Pay X life. This creature endures X. Activate only as a sorcery. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, or make it.
Wait, hold up. So you're paying so you're paying X mana and X life. Or sorry,
Yeah,
X
what
+1
I
mana.
cannot determine, and the rules text is not making it easy, is do the two X's the same? Like, if you pay 5 and a black, do you only get to pay 5 life, or do you get to pay as much life as you want?
Or do you have to pay 5?
But I think it has to be the same because the way the X is working here for the
I'm
endure.
still not convinced it's good either way. Actually, unless you need to lose life quickly.
Good in Commander if it was as much life as you want.
Oh yeah, Rowan Sign of War is a good one for this.
Yeah. But otherwise, I don't think this is super great because of the way the X's are worded.
Yeah.
Desperate Measures is a black for an instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. This seems actually pretty decent.
This seems okay. Yeah, it's just on the. I feel like it would be better if it was just not even under your control. Not even under.
Yeah, but I think if it was under an opponent's control, it'd be very broken because of the mobile.
Okay, fair.
This is a good way to get rid of your mobilizes for value.
Yeah. Draw 2. Yeah. 1 mana, draw 2. Pretty good. 1 mana, draw 2.
No Melt Stag is 4 mana for a creature elemental elk, so Elko's been here clearly. 2/5 Vigilance. During your turn, this creature has base power and toughness 5/2. 7 mana, this creature can't be blocked this turn.
That mana sync ability might be relevant and limited. I don't know.
Very similar to the dragon from Kaladesh and from Ether Drift. That's 7 mana, can't be blocked, but it has Improvise.
Oh, yeah.
It seems okay. I mean, a 5/2 of Vigilance is kind of but a 2/5 blocker on opponent's turns is nice.
Yeah.
Zergo, Thunder's Decree is red, white, black, the new Mardu leader after Alesha sadly passed. Legendary creature, Orc Warrior with Mobilize 2. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token, can't be sacrificed. This is the Mardu. This is the Mobilize payoff.
Yes, this is the Mobilize payoff. How good is it?
Relevantly, and as a memer, I'm going to use this as the meme, but it works in many better ways. It is just warrior tokens you control have this can't be sacrificed, not just mobilized tokens. So, for example, if you make a mirror march with a warrior, a random warrior, you get to keep those.
Yeah.
Not to say that
some board wipes are sacrifice based.
Yeah.
I
think it'll be good. I think it'll be okay. But,
I think it'll be okay.
Good because of stuff that isn't the mobilize mechanic.
Yeah.
Dawnbreaker is 5 mana for a Flying Vigilance 3/4 dragon. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's okay.
It's okay.
Signaling Roar is 2 mana for a sorcery. Create a 2/2 white soldier creature token.
That's also okay.
It's overall okay. New Way Forward is some very interesting art by Eli Murnau.
Yeah.
2 and a Jeskai for an instant. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, New Way Forward deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards.
That feels way more expensive and maybe better. Deflecting Bomb?
So, if you want to end the game in a tie, this can prevent the damage of the 1,000-needled Captar.
Lovely.
10,000 needled Captar.
Can you say none of the kills? Wait. Damage happens first, though, right? Because that's
true. It's okay. It's a weird card, but I think there's going to be some way to break this.
Yeah.
Also, it's not next time a source of your choice an opponent controls. So if there's a way you can damage yourself to do this, then
That's funny, because, well, the source's control, that card deals that much damage to the source's controller, so you would kill yourself. If you...
one thing that I can think of immediately to meme with this is the Ixalan card Form of the Dinosaur.
Not sure if I know that. Card Form of the Dinosaur, I'll have to look.
Yeah. Moving onward, though. Descendant of Storms is 1 white for a 2/1. Whenever this creature attacks, you may pay 1 and a white. When you do, it endures 1. That's probably good, and that might see standard play.
I think in limited 1-drops, this is pretty alright as well.
I would say it's pretty decent, and I think standard may have a place for it, but I don't know. Dalkovan Pack Beast is Vigilance, Mobilize 3 for a 0/4 at 3 mana. Sure.
Sure, it exists. That's all I know. It exists.
Alright, you ready for arguably one of the more powerful mythics of...
Alright, let's see. It's the big sorcery.
Big sorcery. Terranation.
Can you scroll down?
3 white, black, green. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof and indestructible counter on it.
So I feel like in order for this to get used, you are either paying not 7 mana for this, or getting something really expensive.
Well, technically it's 6 mana, not 7.
Oh, sorry, 6. My bad.
Relevantly, this says permanent card, not creature. Yep. For example, in Standard right now, Portal to Phyrexia still exists.
Oh! Wait, what's the oldest set in Standard right now?
Dominaria United, which relevantly, this makes Shieldred hexproof and indestructible.
Oh. Great.
Because, Shieldred needed the help.
Yeah, that card clearly needed help. Anyways.
Yeah, so I think this is very good. I don't think I'll be playing it, but it's very good.
Yeah, I think, it's just if you can cheat it, if you can cheat it ever so slightly. Or, just get a creature that's, close to 6 mana? Close.
Yeah. Moving on, we've done all of these. So I think this is all the stuff
we've done a lot of this.
Yeah, it's thankfully still in order. We did Rainmaker. Sunset Striker, Duty
Going down. We stopped in the middle of the dragons, I think, right? Unless
we did Cruise. I don't remember
what we done this?
I remember
we did go to Dragonstorm.
Successor.
We did Successor. We did the Weight Watcher.
I remember we went down and did 2 dragons, but I think we're right around here.
Yeah.
Alright, so Riverwalk technique is 4 mana for an instant. Choose 1. The owner of target non-permanent puts it on their choice at the top or bottom. Counter target non-creature spell.
No. I think this is...
I mean, I guess it's a better version of the typical the owner of target non-permanent puts on top or the bottom, which is always 4 mana. That you get this, but...
4 mana for a negate feels bad. I'm just gonna...
Yeah. Jade Cast Sentinel is a 4 mana 1/5 artifact creature, 8 snake. That's horrifying. With reach. Okay. 2 and tap, put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. It's not great. I mean, it's a decent blocker, I guess. It's a 1/5 with reach.
Yeah. I will take reach and high toughness, sure, but...
Undergrowth Leopard is a 2/2 for 2, so it's basically a bear. With Vigilance, it's a cat. 1 sacrifices creature to target artifact or enchantment.
I think this is better for fetching Brontodon. This is better.
I don't know if it's better, because Brontodon is a 3/4.
Yeah, Brontodon is also, more expensive?
3 mana for a 3/4, but this is 2 mana for a 2/2.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, maybe kind of side grades.
It's slightly worse Felidar Cub, which is 2 mana, just sacrifice it, but it doesn't have Vigilance.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. It probably will see play in green. It's limited.
Yeah.
Aegis Sculptor, 4 mana for a 2/3 with Flying and Ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. This will see play because it's a hard-to-remove flyer.
Yeah.
In limited. Nowhere else.
Yeah, it's in limited.
Rescue Leopard is a creature cat. 3 mana for a 4/2. When this creature becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Why weren't you in Ether Drift?
Oh. Yeah, because crewing is tapping. Yeah.
I don't think it's great.
I mean, I don't know. It's not the worst.
Yeah. Bear of Glory, 2 mana for a 2/1. During your turn, this creature has first strike, and you can pay, I'm guessing, 5? Yep, 4 and a
Yeah,
white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. It's okay. It's a
okay.
2 first strike.
That's a
sometimes
static ability.
that's what you need.
Gives everything first strike.
Yep. Rite of Renewal is 4 mana for an uncommon sorcery. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into their library. Exile Rite of Renewal. I've never seen a card like this really see play in limited. The closest I can think of was Once in Future from Throne of Eldraine. I don't see this one seeing any play at all either.
Why do I not remember Once in the Future does? I played a bunch of Eldraine.
It was 3 and a green for a sorcery. It had Adamant. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If the Adamant cost was paid, you get 2 cards back from your graveyard to your hand. And I believe it put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Okay.
This is okay. I don't think it'll see play, though.
Rite of Renewal? The Writer?
Gurmag Nightwatch.
Or Nightwatch.
Gurmag Nightwatch. It's colorless, full tie, some combination. When it enters, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may put one back on top of your library, put the rest in the graveyard. It's a good way to get cards in your graveyard in the Sultai Limited deck.
Yeah. So I was looking up Once in Future on Scryfall, and I get Once in Future from Eldraine, and then the Sword of Once in Future from Mars Machines. I'm like, did Dimir never get a sword in the past, or am I just blanking?
Oh no, they did. It's like a weird extra sword.
It's a weird what sword?
Like an extra sword. I don't know why they kind of gave it to us. Caustic Exhale is 1 black for an instant. As an additional cost to cast the spell, Behold a Dragon, or pay 1. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control, or reveal a dragon card from your hand. Card creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. This is either 2 mana, -3/-3, or a cheaper -3/-3. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It'll probably kill something.
Yeah. Durgar Island Dragon is 6 mana for a flying creature, 4/4 with Ward 2. So again, it'll see play because it's a hard to remove flyer. And its Omen is Skimming Strike for 2 mana. It's an instant Omen. Tap up to 1 target creature, draw a card. It says draw a card on it.
Yep.
So it'll see play.
2 mana draw a card is not terrible.
Yeah. It's that 1 and a white from Wilds of Eldraine. That was tap target creature, scry one, draw a card, scry 1, or something like that. Irrelevant for this sake. Roamer's Routine is 3 mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, and it has Harmonize for 5.
This is good. I think this is better for Harmonize than the other one.
Yeah,
the regular cost.
Since it hasn't come up yet, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce the cost by X, where X is its power, then exile the spell. It'll be good, I think. It's not horrible.
Yeah. Not horrible.
Ruthiut Earthcarver is 6 mana for a 4/4 Elephant Druid with Reach. When this creature enters, it endures 3. Put 3 +1/+1 counters or greater 3/3 White Spirit creature token. So it's either a 6 mana 7/7 with Reach or a 6 mana 4/4 with Reach that comes with a 3/3 White Spirit. It's okay for limited.
Yeah.
Agent of Kotis is a 2 mana 2/1 with Renew 4. Exile this creature card from your graveyard. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. If you're
only as a sorcery.
Yeah, and also this. If this is your payoff for getting cards in your graveyard, then you built your deck wrong.
Yeah.
Dragonback Lancer is a 4 mana 3/3 flying with Mobilize 1. This will be good in mobilized decks because it's a flyer, meaning it's much harder to block.
Yes. It's Mobilize 1 flying.
This is something you would put in the deck with that Mardu guy who gives all your mobilized warriors death touch. Or Zergo and the guy that gives all your attacking mobilized.
Never mind. So the death touch one. Zergo's that can't be tapped. Never mind. I was also looking for the sword thing. I guess I can't find another Dimir sword.
Oh, maybe that was the first one then. I'm thinking of Sword and Wealth and Power. You're right.
Wealth and Power is
Instants and sorceries.
Oh.
Mixing them out. Hygom, Master Opportunist, who I believe we've had in creature form before, but he's back. 1 and a blue for a 2/2 human monk with Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend.
Sure. This exists. It might be an interesting commander build around.
Yeah, I did see something, a YouTube short. I don't know the mechanics of it, but I'll just tell you what they determined. If you exile an impending creature with this, it will come in immediately as a creature, even if you cast it for its impending cost. Those are the...
What do you mean it comes in immediately as a creature? Because the impending and time counters are removed.
Yeah, it's like there's a weird synergy with it, I don't really know.
Yeah, but impending is removed on your end step, I believe.
I honestly don't know. It was just one of those people, like YouTubers, who is able to kind of know this stuff. I don't know it's been a while since I watched it. Voice of Victory is 2 mana for a creature human bard with Mobilize 2. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn.
Hey, you know what? I will. That effect at 2 mana? Sure, I'll take it.
Does it go into no, Alicia, you're not the white version of Alicia.
Classic. No.
We're going to have this and that dragon that's the hate bear in the same set. And also in the same standard.
Lovely.
We like prison. No, we really don't. Reni's Rebuff is 2 mana. Return target creature to its owner's hand. It's a sorcery with Harmonize 6. This needed to be an instant to be good. Changed my mind.
Yeah. Why does that look like Nicol Bolas? Not really.
You know, we gotta have our random Nicol Bolas here.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, probably not, but just kinda. I don't know.
Sidisi, Regent of the Mire, for a minute I thought was like a that weird creature from Baldur's Gate that looks like an octopus.
I'm not sure.
Sidisi, Regent of the Mire is 2 mana for 1/3, legendary creature, zombie, snake, warlock. Tap, sacrifice a creature you control with mana value X other than Sidisi. Return target creature card with mana value X+1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery.
Like a weird version of Birthing? Is it Birthing God? Or like Neoform, no other thing. I forget the name of that effect. I forget. Did your mic die or something?
Oh, am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here. Oh, okay.
I was just going to say that, like, the problem is that it goes from graveyard, not library.
Yeah.
So it'll take longer to activate.
Yeah.
Roiling Dragonstorm is 2 mana for a enchantment. When this enchantment enters, my goodness, I'm so used to saying creature now. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. Whenever a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. This could see play in Dragon Commander. This is repeatable card draw.
Yeah. 2 mana sorcery speed. That's fine. That's fine.
Rediscover the Way is red, white, blue for a saga. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one in your hand and the rest in the bottom in any order. Chapter 3, whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, target creature you control gains Double Strike until end of turn. I'm not going to lie, Chapter 3 is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, Chapter 3, Chapter 2 feels fine. Chapter 1 and 2 are fine.
They're okay. Rakshas's Bargain, makes me wonder if we're going to get a Rakshasa in this set, is 6 mana or Sultai or a combination. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's okay.
It's okay.
The mana cost
makes this weird.
It's not something I want to be doing on turn 3, but it is an instant, so I guess
it's probably something okay for later, like the Capenna Charms and...
Yeah. Heartsea Revenant is 3 mana for a vampire creature with flying, death touch, and lifelink, and renew, exile it from your graveyard, put a flying, death touch, and lifelink counter on target creature. That seems very good.
Good. That's good.
That's a very good payoff. And it's also just a 3/3 with flying death touch. It's like better than Vampire Nighthawk.
Nighthawk is next one that gets bigger based on types in your yard. Or
Nighthawk's This effect is traditionally related to the original version of it, which was Vampire Nighthawk, which was just a 3-mana 2/3 with flying and death touch.
Yeah, I think this is better at that. Better.
Marang River Regent is 6 mana for a creature dragon. It's a rare one of the cycle. Flying, when this creature enters, return up to 2 other non-land permanents to their owner's hands. And its omen is Coil and Catch, 2 mana omen, or 4 mana omen. Draw 3 cards. Draw 3 cards, discard a card. It feels overcosted.
Feels overcosted. I feel like this is an effect that you're probably okay with in limited. Okay.
Yeah, definitely a limited rare, not a.
How big is mana cost of the dragon? Is it 6 or 7?
It's 6.
Okay, that's technically a slightly over flyer, but I guess that's 6 mana. So I don't know. 6.
Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon is a land, tap to add colorless, tap to add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a dragon or an omen spell, and you can pay 4 and tap it, sacrifice it, search your library for a dragon card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle.
That's a dragon card. That's a dragon commander card.
It's also, relevantly, this could be very good with that, Land Exiler, because it gives all your creatures the ability to sacrifice for a dragon tutor.
Yep.
It might see play in Standard if Dragons becomes a huge thing, which I have to imagine it will.
Yeah, well, like, since all the dragons important.
Yeah. Frostcliff Siege is 1 blue-red for an enchantment. When it enters, choose Jeskai or Teamer. Jeskai, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Teamer, creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. I feel like both of those are fairly decent.
I might look into that for Mighty of Mizzet, because I'm actually lacking an Izzet slot for this.
Yeah, it's okay. Swiper from Dora the Explorer. I'm sorry, Equilibrium Adept is a 4-mana dog monk that is clearly a fox.
That looks like a fox and a dog. Unless it's like, no, I think it's still a fox.
When this creature enters, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. And as Flurry, whenever you catch your second spell each turn, this creature gains double strike. It's okay.
That's okay.
Okay. We did Ureni and Nariv last time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean, we could look them over again, but just yeah, Ureni definitely needed that. Definitely.
Moving on to Elspeth Stormslayer, the first of 2 planeswalkers in the set. Yes, that's right, 2. 5 mana for a legendary planeswalker.
I forgot who the other one was, and I realized, who's good.
Yeah. Elspeth Stormslayer, 5 mana for a legendary planeswalker, Elspeth. If one or more... This is a passive. If one or more tokens you would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. So it's another procession on a stick. +1, make a 1/1 white soldier creature token, which is immediately double.
Procession is an expensive card.
It's like $60, $50.
Yeah.
This will probably also be $50. +1, make a 1/1, which is technically 2 1/1s due to the passive. 0. Yeah. Put a +1/+1. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, TCG market price on annoying procession. The lowest is like $60 for like some listings like down to 40. Yeah. But
the +1 is make 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. The 0 is put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until your next turn. And finally, it's -3, so it does not have an ultimate. She does not. Destroy target creature an opponent controls a mana value 3 or greater. It feels like a weirder version of Wandering Emperor, but also it's probably just going to be...
This,
very powerful.
Yeah. I might be interested, but they're just soldiers. I think if that's be okay in like a non-creature, just general non-creature deck. I'm not sure. Moving on.
Not any great token, so like treasures and stuff if you're doing it in white.
Yeah, I know. Like since like I think I thought I was looking specifically at Kaikar, which like when you cast non-creature, make a spirit.
Yeah. Betor Kin to All, 2 and an Abzan for a legendary creature, Spirit Dragon. Flying at the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control had total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up.
It's a weird toughness matters.
Yeah. What's that song? I like big butts and I cannot lie. That is effectively, that is Baitor.
Yeah.
Also, it's good for dragons to find, or for the toughness matters decks to have a different toughness matters commander beside Arcade.
Besides losing defender.
Yes. It's okay. It'll be fun to build around. Also, you still need 33 more toughness to activate its full ability.
Yeah.
Anafenza, Unyielding Lineage, is 3 mana for a flash first strike. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Anafenza endures 2. It's okay. I think it should have been... Well, no, it shouldn't have been 2. This is probably appropriately costed.
That seems appropriate for 3, especially since,
Maybe it should have been a 3-2. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. It should have been a 3-2.
Maybe.
Yep. All-out Assault.
But that's fine as a 2-2.
Yeah. Fine. All-out Assault is 2 and a Mardu for a mythic enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. When this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you attack this turn, untap each creature you control.
Yeah, so I think you play this. Do you play this in your first or your? No, you play this in your first main phase. I think. Play.
Yeah.
You play this in your first. You basically get a second, then you get basically another first main phase. Basically, after this, you basically get.
You have to be relevant here. This is not when this enters if you cast it. If you blink this in your main phase, you get more.
Yeah.
It also does not say if it's your first main phase. This probably can go very infinite.
Yeah, there's probably somewhere to break it. I don't know it off the top of my head, but
the thing I can immediately think of is Phalia, the 2-mana dog that blinks stuff. Maybe. It's from Modern Horizons, but I also think it blinks immediately or at end step, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
There are definitely ways to break this, because there's a lot of ways to blink and immediately return during your main phase.
Yep.
Moving on. Curtis the Fangkeeper is 1 in a Sultai for a legendary creature zombie warrior with indestructible. When Coated deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. It's a 4-mana 2/1, so you got to put a lot of investment into this.
Yeah. It feels like it could be an interesting build around in Commander.
Yes.
I'm not sure about this. Actually, it's probably okay in Limited, because I didn't see a ton of -1/-1 type stuff.
Yeah. Moving on, I want to do...
Alright, that was my three, but...
I want to skip over the middle card for a second to do the green card, because I think we may talk a bit about the middle card.
Craterhoof
is standard legal. For those who don't know, Craterhoof Behemoth is 5 green for a creature boost with haste. When this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. This thing really needed a reprint, and my word, it did not need to be a standard one.
Hey, Craterhoof.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Do we think this sees standard play?
I'm not familiar enough with the standard meta to make a judgment, but I feel like if there's any green deck, it'll probably like it.
Yeah, but the problem is with Craterhoof, you usually want to cheat it out.
True.
Okay. Eye of the Storms is a 7-mana legendary planeswalker Ugin with 2 passives. This spell. Exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. +2, you gain 3 life and draw a card. 0, add 3 colorless. -11, search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle. Until end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. This is incredibly broken.
Yay! Yeah, because, in a colorless deck, especially talking Eldrazi or something, for artifacts, you just so it's a do anything, exile a non-land permanent from your opponent's board.
I also want to point out, because we're thinking of this from Commander and Standard and stuff. This will be vintage legal, where now every single Mox, Black Lotus, or any 0-mana artifact turns into that, and also exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. Also relevantly,
lands are colorless. I don't think that hits lands mostly.
Does not hit lands. Also very relevant. They did this on purpose. You can naturally cast this off of Tron.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Tron is 6 or 7 mana total. How much mana does Tron make?
3 from Tower, 2 from Mine, 2 from Power Plant. Exactly 7.
7.
This is very powerful.
Yeah.
I think this could be like more expensive than Elspeth, and I think Elspeth's going to be $50.
I feel like this might be expensive card to set. This might be.
Yeah, and everyone thought Mock Jasper was going to be so great.
I thought people weren't. I don't think people were that big on Mox Jasper, to be honest.
Yeah, but imagine if this was the serialized card of the set instead of
oh yeah, Mox Jasper. He's the serialized card of the set. We clearly need a rerun of those. We clearly need those to come back after the whole One Ring.
Yeah. Anyway, Draco Genesis is 8 mana for an enchantment. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs.
I'm not sure on Dragon on this. Sure.
I mean, okay. Key thing I will point out here, because I was curious if you were going to say that. Omniscience is only you may cast dragon spells from your hand. This is from anywhere.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to do the top card of your library...
I'm still not sure about just dragons only.
Yeah, it's not great, but there's a way that this can be broken in probably Commander.
Are there any, like, tribal dragon spells?
One or two, maybe. There's a couple of changeling ones that are any color.
Changelings are... Actually, wait. Actually, I don't think changing ones today still count as dragons for this.
Yes. There's like 2 instants that count.
Okay.
United Battlefront is 4 mana for a sorcery. It is look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If that sounds familiar, it's non-creature collected company at sorcery speed.
Okay.
Relevantly, not super great for Standard in my opinion, but this can get 3 mana to Fairy and Narset.
Yay!
Because we needed that.
Yeah.
So 3 mana to Fairy, which this can fetch, can also make this where you can cast it at instant speed.
Woo!
Untamed Obtainment is 3 mana. When this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Hi, Banishing Light, how are you?
Yeah, that's basically, it's functionally Vanishing Light.
It's a functional reprint of Vanishing Light. The Monastery is 4 mana for a instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you cast another spell this turn. Choose 2. Choose 1, sorry. Create 2 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Up to 2 target creatures you control each get +2/+2 until end of turn, or destroy a target creature with power 4 or greater.
I'm on the as well.
Mox Jasper is 0 mana for a legendary Mox. Tap, add 1 mana of any color, activate only if you control a dragon.
Oh! Yeah, I guess. I mean, dragon decks have fun.
Yeah, it'll be good for dragon decks. I don't think it'll be like... I think this will be like a most a $10 mythic.
I agree with that.
I think that Mox...
Barring the serialized version, of course.
Yeah, of course the serialized version is going to be worth several hundred. If not thousands.
Yeah.
But Mox Amber, the one that's legendary creatures, I feel like is better.
Yeah, because legendaries are a lot more like generics, like especially
Also,
Commander, because you have a legendary creature.
In Commander, I feel like if you're running like Tiamat or Dragon or whatever, 90% of the dragons you're running in Commander are going to be legendaries, so Amber is just better anyway. Better. But I guess this allows you to run Amber and this.
This is probably the budget version. This is the budget.
Yeah, or you're running both.
I'm now remembering that 2 of my commanders are dragons.
Nice. Skirmish Rhino is white, black, green for a creature Rhino with trample. When it enters, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life.
We just had a vehicle version of this, like last day.
Hello, Discount Siege Rhino, which is what this is referencing.
Yeah. And we had another reference to that exact card last set.
Very true. Chico, Paragon of the Way, is Flying Vigilance for a 5-mana 4/5 Spirit Dragon. Remember when Ugin was the only Spirit Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember those days. Flying Vigilance, when Chico enters, exile target non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, copy it, then you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. I mean, it's good in Blink decks, I suppose.
Sure.
But that's about it.
I mean, Blink has a lot of... You have a lot of support for Blink in those colors.
Yeah. Inevitable Defeat is 1 in a Mardu for an instant. It can't be countered. And exile target non-land permanent. Its controller loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. This will probably be good because it's uncounterable.
Yeah.
It reminds me of... I think it's like a better Anguished Unmaking.
Maybe, yeah. But Anguish Unmaking is just you lose 3 life, right?
Yes. But you're adding red, so, it is more restrictive on color.
Yeah.
Baron Step Siege... Oh, go ahead.
No, I guess you add can't be countered and a changing on the life thing for the red mana.
Yeah.
I guess
Which is very funny that adding red mana made it uncounterable and life gain.
Because red clearly blue stuff. Red is much of all the random blue hate cards. I think are mostly in red.
Yeah. Baron Step Siege is 4 mana for an enchantment. When it enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. Abzan at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Mardu at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. I feel like this could have been 3.
Yeah.
But maybe it would be too powerful at 3.
Yeah.
It's time for some mythics.
Ooh.
Stormscale Scion is 6 mana for a creature dragon. Keeping in mind, this is not a commander card. Flying, other dragons you control get +1/+1, and it has Storm! Storm in Standard!
Welcome back, Storm. Welcome back.
It's too expensive to be in Standard, but Commander will enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot where Storm was on the Storm scale. It's pretty high up there on the mechanics. Mechanics are probably never coming back. Well,
guess who's back again?
Yeah, guess back.
Smile at Death is 5 mana, 3 white for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. Rest in peace, Alesha.
Upkeep feels weird. I'm just gonna be
it is an end step. Because you can get them with haste and make an attack.
What? This thing doesn't give them haste, though.
You can reanimate creatures with haste.
Yeah.
So they can attack immediately.
I'm guessing, I think, it feels more of a do-nothing on upkeep than end step. More of a do-nothing.
I suppose. But yeah, rest in peace, Alesha. You gave us a decent...
This is a card that you want Flash with.
Yeah.
You want somebody to flash it. You want
Narset Jeskai Waymaster. This card got leaked, I believe, originally, and I did not believe that was Narset because it looks nothing like the other depictions of Narset. Blue-white...
Maybe she got a few years older.
I guess. I don't know how long it's actually...
More than a few.
I don't know how long it's actually been since War of the Spark.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
But Narset
this whole is Forsaken canon or not. The whole
yeah. Narset is blue-red-white for a 3 mana 3/4 legendary creature human monk. At the beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. It's good in Spellslinger.
Yeah. I felt like Planeswalker, originally being a Planeswalker gave you some more abilities. I wonder if being desparked to some extent just that's an effect. I don't know.
Are you saying that not being a Planeswalker made Narset bad?
What? No, I'm just saying, maybe, I don't know, age faster when you're not a Planeswalker. I don't know. Age faster.
Well, an example of not being a Planeswalker making you fairly bad, Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant is 2 mana for a 2/2 human druid. I would not really consider Sarkhan to be a druid.
Sure.
When Sarkhan enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do, create a treasure token. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon from your hand or reveal a dragon card from your... Or choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card from your hand. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarkhan. He becomes a dragon in addition to his other types and gains flying. That's not really that great in my opinion.
That's... I don't know. Well, you can make a treasure when he enters, and then when you... Yeah.
It's not major spoilers, but there's a lore element to Sarkhan where he did some sort of ritual. We saw it on a card that we did last time that gave him his power back. If this is him at his maximum power, I am very sad for him. I feel like he could have been like a transforming card, where he transformed into a dragon or something. Or he could have just been a mythic. But yeah. That's what I've got for this card. Unless you've got something you've got.
Don't think I got anything for this one.
Alright. Next up are basic lands. These look pretty cool.
Yep.
More basic lands.
Are we at the end here? Oh, these. I'm more interested.
I love these.
I'm more interested in those lands. I'm more interested.
I like those lands more, honestly. That is all of the normal cards. Really quickly, I do want to show the...
Have we seen the whole set at this point?
I don't believe so, no. Also, let me really quickly... Probably should just do this just for the sake of double checking if anything randomly got spoiled in the past hour.
No.
Refresh the page. And no, nothing got spoiled. That being said, can we see... I believe there's a way to see the alternate arts somewhere.
Ooh, maybe?
Tarkir oh, there we go. Tarkir Dragonstorm variants. This is more for art, obviously, but this is some of the alternate arts from the set. I do kind of like this framing, but I'm not...
Those dragon frames, yeah.
I don't like this. This like black background is just... I feel like you're getting rid of so much space.
The one thing I will give it is that, like, making alt arts that are actually readable.
True. Someone did bring up, they wish that they'd done... They wish that they'd done the March of the Machine Tarkir border instead of this.
What was the March Machine Tarkir border?
Let me see if I can... Let me duplicate my tab real quick. There we go.
What was the card from Tarkir?
Spoilers.
What was I'm trying to think what was reprinted for March.
Reprinted, there was just a few cards on Tarkir that had alternate arts.
Yeah.
I just can't remember. I can't get to it right now because I don't know why it won't let me search.
Do you remember a card name off the top of your head that maybe had it?
Paragon's Stormbrood?
Colagon. I'll just start searching for Colagon. Let's see. God, why is Survival taking forever today?
Colagon's Broodlord, or maybe? I don't know.
Oh, Colagon. I need to spell. Cool. And that is my fourth attempt at spelling this. Colagon. Colagon Storm... What?
Broodlord? Storm... I don't know, honestly. There were about one or two cards that had the art in March of the Machine.
Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna go look for March and see what shows up.
Let me see if I can maybe find it as well.
March. Let's see, set. March. Where is this? I can't find it. Oh, March Machines.
Here it is. Colagon's Warmonger. This is it.
That looks like a very similar frame, except just it looks like the same frame, but just colored differently.
Maybe. But people kind of like the black and white kind of
thing.
The
black and white. Why don't you go back to the original? Like, back to one from this set? It looks... Oh, yeah, it is a slightly different pattern.
Yeah. But yeah, Colagon's Warmonger. There it is.
There we go.
Alright, there we go. But yeah, otherwise, some other alternate arts from this set. These I just don't like because I feel like it's taking out... Like, so much of the art is just black now.
Yeah.
I do want to point out these look incredible. Full art sagas.
Oh, the sagas. Yeah. Is this the first time they've done that?
I think so, yeah.
Great.
Ugin looks incredible.
Yeah.
These are the alt arts for the ultimatums, but I think we already saw. I love this.
Yep.
That art is incredible.
Full art sagas.
The sieges are okay. I kind of like how they're like looking at a map.
The maps. I did the map. I like.
Hey, Craterhoof, how you doing?
Creative Hoof is officially a team or card guide.
I'm not a huge fan of this Elspeth alt, to be honest.
I kind of like where on the Ugin one there's a clear black border.
Yeah. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon, cool. Also, I like the Zendikar Hedrons. I know they're not Zendikar technically.
Yeah.
Yes, the fetches. The alt arts for the fetches.
Yeah.
And
that feels like trade miner fodder.
These are the
Dragonfire thingies.
Ghostfire versions.
Oh, Ghostfire.
This is cool. Sarkhan, you're okay. These are not all of the alt arts, but that's what we got.
We kind of get a general feel of like the.
Yeah, relevantly, I don't know if it'll show them. It does not. There's a dragon scale foiling.
Oh.
Hold on, I might be able to.
I imagine that might look interesting.
Dragon scale foil. Okay, here we go.
Okay, yay.
So that's the serialized Jasper.
Yeah, okay, great, yeah.
This is the Ghostfire. Okay. Oh yeah, they brought back Halo foil.
I'm not sure how I feel about Halo foil in the first place, but
It's okay.
I'll have to see it. I'd like any of the foils. I'll have to see it in person.
Also, this is not accurate to the story, but okay.
Okay.
There we go. Can I see
Different arts?
different arts, and also it doesn't show it on these. Oh, also I guess there's
Sure, foil treatments. Did they say what treatments they say on the basics? Wait, hold up. Hold up. Actually, go to the Scalding Tarn. There's borderless traditional foil and borderless dragon scale foil.
Yeah, you can't see the dragon. Hang on, there's got to be a way to see the dragon scale.
Got it. Yeah.
Oh, and the vampire is the promo. Cool. Also,
oh. I think that's one of the better promos, to be honest.
Come on, they gotta. Did we not have any good way to see the dragon scale foil?
They didn't have a good one for the mana foil when you want to look.
The Ghostfire for it. The Ugin Ghostfire foil, you can't.
Yeah.
Really, oh, there we go. That looks so good.
That looks good.
The color. Oh, there we go.
Halo Ghostfire.
That looks so good.
Is there an interactive digital render for literally anything else?
Probably not. Oh yeah, because we certainly wouldn't get the dragon scale foil. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
It's okay. And then
what is it?
Oh, that one's just the normal. That's just me not having. Oh.
Oh yeah, those things. That just. I'm sorry, that just looks weird. My goodness.
Oh my word! That's.
I feel like it would be better if they just tried to make Chibi Ugin. It might be a little bit better. But
and then we got the Borderless Sagas, Elspeth, Extended Art Commander cards, where you can get all this stuff.
When did they start doing the Extended Art Commanders?
Not a fair while back.
Okay.
Collector boosters, obviously.
I might need to look at that page later just to get a sense of like how
I can pull it up right here if you want.
You can just send that to me.
This thing?
Yeah, it's in this whole article.
Planning on oh, you want the whole article? Yeah, go ahead. Are you planning on grabbing some collector boosters?
No, I don't think so. Like in the event I somehow do, I don't know.
The commander decks, do you think you'll pick up a commander pile?
I don't know, to be honest.
I think
one of my next decks, I might just pick up an old precon.
Yeah, I think if I pick up one, it'll probably be Jeskai. I just really like Narset.
I forgot if I mentioned trying maybe picking up a thing from Zendikar Rising.
Also relevant. What?
Oh yeah, the different pre-release packs.
What tribe you going for? You think for pre-release?
I'm gonna say I think either Jeskai or Mardu.
Yeah, Jeskai definitely for me as well. Jeskai or Mardu. Yeah. So
at the end of it, I'm just gonna scroll through for myself. Is that the end of the article?
Yes, that is the end of the article.
What?
I'm gonna pull up
The amount of odds this thing is showing is reminding me of Gotcha.
Yep, nothing else has been added, so everything's the same. And with that, I'll show you these real quick in the random event you haven't seen them. These are the new Secret Lair cats and dogs.
Okay, fine. I think I've heard of this. I haven't really seen it. What's your keen signet? That's cute.
I'll say the art's very good.
Yeah.
Once he dutifully found all the fluff hidden in the room, the only thing left to do was wait for praise.
I run a number of those cards.
Yep, and here's the other version.
The cat.
This arcade thing is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, this is my favorite flavor text from the set. Every kitten knows that with keen senses, stealthy movement, and a killer instinct, the yarn will never see you coming.
Nice. Okay.
Also,
I'm pretty sure I have Rip Apart and Escape the Wilds in the deck, and I just need
this art.
I'm looking for an instant copy of Arcane Signet, so hopefully that's Saberless now.
There's
Man, I already got Miku earlier this year. I probably shouldn't get another one anyhow.
Yeah. Also, gotta love the Beagle.
Yeah.
I also love how Basilisk Collar, they went two different directions. For dogs, it's like, aww. For cats, it's like, I will kill you and everyone in your family.
Yeah.
Also, the bonus cards were Helpful Hunter, the 2-mana dog that draws a card, and then the cat version, the 2-mana cat that draws a card.
Okay.
And then the super drop was just Kalia tempting a dragon.
Kalia. Okay, Kalia Angel Despair.
Totally not Tom and Jerry ripoff.
Oh my god. I thought it would have been better if they just did the universes beyond that for this specific case.
This is a sticker Secret Lair.
Okay, I'm struggling to see why that's stickers, but sure. Oh, they're stickers.
Yep.
I saw the yearbook one. I'm like, eh?
The class of 87.
Uh-huh.
Also, I love most likely to become legendary creature human druid.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
EC, Anya, all that. Ashaya.
The garden one seems...
This looks very Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you saw Ugin. Here's the babies of the rest.
What? That baby Kolgan does not look like a baby that old.
Yeah, also, my word, Dramoka, what happened to your eyes? You were so...
What happened? Kolgan, it's like...
OG pilots are basically the same.
Looks basically the same. Kolgan just changed poses.
Kind of.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I thought was fine. Oh yeah, SpongeBob. Oh my.
This guy, yeah, let's go.
What is the Dead Navigator from? Is that just... Oh, 999. Okay.
It's a promo, yeah. But yeah. Alright, now. As we have seen... Also, I will say of these, I think my favorite's probably this. Kalia. Also, I love how they had to put the dragon because they had the angel and demon already represented. With the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Some bonds can't be explained, only felt. Oh, so you are tempting the dragon. Lovely. Oh, well, Kalia is in the art of at least one more of these. I didn't realize that... Oh, that's Skitherix! So Kalia managed to seduce Skitherix the Blight Dragon. Let's go.
I don't want to think about that.
I don't think about that either, but that's funny. So, hey, guess Skitherix survived the Phyrexian invasion. Let's go. Oh, also, I didn't even realize the name of the drop is Tragic Romance.
And then the other two is Angel Despair and
Master of Cruelties. Good job. Alright, well, anyway. Now that we've seen everything, or at least everything that is here so far, as I've made sure, what are your top 3 Tarkir Dragonstorm cards?
Oh. That's it. I feel like I'm just gonna go off. I'm not gonna talk about things like the. I feel like Alessia's Legacy I might just find, but I'm gonna say that's an honorable mention. That's a common card, so I can probably grab it. No problem. I'm thinking, let's see. Is it Siege, maybe?
Is it Siege?
Which is, I forgot the name. I forgot the name already, but it's the Is It one. It is.
I'll see if I can find it as you are talking.
Yeah,
Was that a new one that we saw, or was that an old one?
Yeah, we saw it today.
Okay, so it's probably down here, then. Down here or up there. Actually, it might be... Actually, what am I doing? Let me just go to the variants, because it has a variant.
There we go.
There's a lot less cards in the variant page. Frostcliff.
Frostcliff Siege, yeah. Another one I'm thinking... Oh, boy. What else was I thinking? I like... Bleh. I'm trying to remember, like... Man, I like actually self-remembering certain cards. Oh, yeah, that red legendary creature. What was her name? We saw it pretty early today.
Oh, the 3-mana one that discards and draws?
Yeah. Yep. Don't remember that name.
Hold on, it was near the very top.
It's near the top. You need to go back to the
first page.
Also, another honor mention is, like, the base is for basics. Another honor mention?
Ursa, yeah.
Ursa.
And your third was the full art basics?
No, I'm just saying, no, like, I think just, like, a couple, like, tied ones are third, like, not really third. It's, like, Alicia's Legacy I might grab, because why not? And, like, 4 basics, because those are fun. Those are always fun. We love, like, random cosmetic upgrades that actually don't cost that much. Don't cost that much. Random cosmetic.
Yeah. And did you have a third?
I don't know if I had a third. But I think it's just maybe one of the rare lands. I'm not sure which one. But, like, one of the rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, something out of the rare land cycle. Maybe the blue, maybe the red. Oh, maybe the blue.
Makes sense. For me, I think that number 3 is probably going to be from our good friend, the variants list.
Yep.
Just off of art, I'm gonna pick it.
Okay.
Rediscover the Way.
Fair.
Particularly this art.
Yeah, that
number 2. This is the only one I'm going to be basing off of power.
Alright.
Is definitely the Steward of the Harvest.
Oh, Steward of Harvest. Okay, that makes sense.
And number 1, I mean, I feel like as an art enjoyer, I think you know where I'm going.
Okay.
It's this.
Yeah.
Ugin is not only powerful, but my word, that art is great, and I'm never going to be able to afford it.
Yeah. One of my friends I haven't played with in a while. It's like he has Eldrazi, so we're like, yeah, I think he'd like. Another friend and I are like, yeah, he'd like this card, and then it's going to become our problem if he does end up getting it.
Yeah, in terms of power level, I think that this card is going to be so good.
Yeah. Something I'm like kind of thinking of is maybe building around certain Ginger at some point.
I just want to check something really quick. Yeah. Powerful MTG lands. What are some activated abilities of lands? Cycling is not helpful. Planner Nexus is eh. Oh, Maze is End!
Oh, fun!
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Oh no!
The Pain lands, obviously.
The
Man land cycle.
Oh,
Teleria. Yeah. Teleria is kind of bad.
Transmute, Blackstone.
Follow the Bandit Lord. Oh, Ink Moth.
Bounce Tarkir.
Shifting Woodland. Makes copies of permanents in graveyards.
Okay.
Academy Ruins. That's okay. Oh, Arena of Glory is relevant. Because you can exert to give stuff haste.
Okay.
These activated abilities don't matter.
Lotus Field.
Oh! Lotus Field, you just get the 3 mana. You don't care about the sack.
Yeah.
So that makes all your creatures tap for 3 mana.
Yeah, Phyrexian Tower could be a sack outlet. Not terrible.
Mutavaults, whatever. Cabal Coffers. Rishadan Port would be toxic. Oh, Caracas!
That's banned in Commander.
Yeah, thankfully. Oh, the Tron lands.
We have Tron.
Thankfully not Field of the Dead.
Okay,
that is thankfully not
banned.
That's actually not
Cavern.
Tabernacle is not banned. Oh, Nixos.
The coast, yes. I think I said that. The Cavern of Souls, maybe. I don't know. Ancient.
Library of Alexandria is banned, but technically speaking, you get there.
The King Changers, right?
Shocklands, obviously. The original duels. Oh, the posts are an interesting one. Oh, Dark Depths. I mean, you can remove ice. Oh!
Wait.
You would get all the activated abilities of Urza's Saga.
Oh.
Well, I guess technically it's just the construct. But...
Yeah.
Or does it... Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know if you gain that ability.
Yeah, actually, would it be on chapter, 0 if it held it?
Yeah. That is Cradle of, obviously, probably one of the most powerful. Talarian Academy, and Bazaar.
That's banned or not.
Bazaar is going to be interesting, because technically I don't think that's banned. Also, I forgot about...
But basically any fetches.
Yeah, because that just lets you sack your creatures for lands.
Okay.
Yeah, this is... I do think that card is going to be very stupidly powerful. I did not even think about the Lotus.
How does Dark Depths even... Ability is just remove count. Okay, so it's not that great.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even think about the Lotus Field combo.
Ooh.
Now, every creature you have, also relevantly, I'm double checking it, does not say non-token creatures.
Oh.
Hopefully this will be particularly expensive because it dies very easily.
Wait, does it go from hand or graveyard? Oh, graveyard, okay.
Yeah. This... I do think this will be incredibly stupidly powerful, and I am here for it.
Yay.
Also like how only one of my cards was actually off power.
Yeah.
And arguably, well, I guess Ugin is stupidly powerful, but
I was just kind of going off of stuff that I think I will use immediately if I get it.
Yeah, this I might actually, I hate to say this, but I might build a deck around this.
Oh, which one though? The
Steward? Yeah. Even if it's not my commander, I'm sure there's a commander. I'm sure there's a commander in green who cares about lands.
Yeah, high on that.
Yeah, imagine if Raphellos gets unbanned.
I don't remember what Raphellos.
Raphellos just adds green for each forest you control.
Oh, fun. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's not
or
super...
Or you just give Steward a Harvest, like a kind of protection, and be like...
Yeah.
Fine, everybody. Half.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that's just like, yeah, whatever. It'll be... Oh, also, yeah, like Baldur's Gate. From Baldur... Oh, the Gates, yeah. Or Mount Doom. Mikikoro.
Oh, wait, not Garbage. What was the...
Garbage?
Oh, God, what's the one that turns into... What's one of the mace creatures that turns into the demon? What's one of the mace creatures?
Oh, that's Erebus the Blinding Blade?
No, it was like... Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, Mazavith. It's a... we forgot about Mazavith. Oh, Mazavith wasn't even in that. Yeah, so yeah.
I think I brought a Mazavith earlier, but
the Black Gate. Funny minute. Oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings lands. Oh, Three Tree City.
Fun card.
And yeah, Carekeep, Abstergo Entertainment, Storm the Vault, Aboro could be very good because you could just return the creature to your hand and probably trigger a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
Legendary. Volrath Stronghold, putting creatures from your graveyard on top of your library. Regenerating a creature. Oh yeah, Sarah's Sanctum. I forgot about Sarah's Sanctum.
Oh, that's fun.
That's the enchantment.
Oh, Sarah's Sanctum. Oh wait, Sarah's Sanctum enchantment. There's the one that's like where you control 7 or more planes that you can get stuff. I forgot.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember seeing that one show up in my one of my LGSs a few times because most people play mono white.
Yep. But regardless, everybody, if you're looking for powerful cards, go with Phoenix's top 3, not mine. I'm more of an art person.
I mean, mine weren't like the most powerful top 350. That's just on the here's things I'm
But
probably
yours are
going to use.
very good in very good decks. One of mine is bad. My second one is good in Commander, and my third one I picked off Art, even though it's probably going to be banned in multiple formats. So before I let you go, because we are at the end here, how long or how many formats do you think Ugin gets banned in?
Ooh, let's see. Actually, when does the next set come out? Next set is Final Fantasy, right?
Yes.
In June?
Let's be honest.
Alright, so,
Let's be
okay,
honest.
guys, okay, so the bet is, will Ugin get banned in anything before Final Fantasy? I'm trying to think, like, I remember, like, Oko got banned before Theros Beyond Death, which is actually really funny.
Let me check something here. MTG 2025 release schedule.
Yeah, because I remember, like, back when, like, Oko's still good. When, like, Oko was new,
Can I just
he got banned. He was, like, the poster child of Throne of Eldraine, and he got banned, like, before we moved on from Eldraine.
Yeah, can I also point out, the MTG 2025 release schedule includes the following important dates. First looks, February 18th. Previous beginning. It's ChatGPT or whatever this is.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, next is Final Fantasy on 6/13. So we've got, oh my word, less than 2 months.
Less than, actually a little more than 2. We're still in March.
And then we know that this is.
I have a feeling that Ugin is going to get banned in at least one format. I don't know which one before Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think, if I'm being honest here, he will get banned in Legacy. He will get banned in Modern.
Okay.
He will.
I think we might get, if we see any updates to the Game Changers list, Ugin's probably going in there.
Say Ugin will definitely be on the Game Changers list.
I don't think he's gonna be. I'm not sure if he's gonna get banned altogether. I don't think so.
I don't think he gets banned, but I do think he gets.
I think the Game Changer list, I think, is like basically a soft ban.
I don't think he's gonna get banned in Standard because I just don't.
If it becomes a big enough problem, they will. But I'm not sure if it will become a big enough problem.
As much as I hate to say it, if they were going to ban something like Ugin, they would have banned Shieldred by now.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I think Modern and Legacy, 100%, because Tron doesn't need the help and it's already dominating.
Okay.
Commander, I think it gets a Game Changer spot.
Yep.
I think that beyond that, Standard, I think it's fine. Obviously, you're not banning a card in Limited, as funny as that would be.
Man, okay, I'm remembering like Brawl exists, and that's you can use Planeswalkers or Commander.
Very true.
That's probably getting banned. I'm like it's getting banned there. Or like,
let's take a look at some.
I don't think they do banned as Commander anymore, so I'm not gonna. Don't think.
Let's just. There's a little bit of a game at the end here. If I type the new Elspeth, how much do you think it's going to cost in pre-sales right now?
Ooh, I'm gonna say 40 or 50.
Elspeth,
I feel like it could be under. What
was her name?
Stormslayer.
Thank you.
It's below Arcane.
Elspeth Stormslayer. Oh, 40.
Hey, 40.
Now, what do you think Ugin is?
Ooh, I'm gonna say like okay, regular Ugin. Do we remember the name? Is a better question.
Eye of the Storm.
Thank you. I'm gonna say something over 50, above Elsa for sure.
You know what? I'm gonna go 75. Oh my word!
I think these prices are gonna go down a little bit once release hits, and then they might go back up.
I think it might be the standing price for him at some point.
Yeah, God.
I just want to point out that we went from Ether Spark to this for colorless planeswalkers.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious.
It's either Ether Spark or the Monument does most expensive. Actually, no, never mind. Ketchumos is like 50. Never mind, Ketchumos.
How much do you think the Halo was for the showcase Halo?
Oh no, over 200.
I'm guessing at least 400.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say over 200. That's a check.
No current listings.
Well, we're both wrong.
You could also say we're both right, because, there's nothing in either. We could just make a listing at 400. There you go. All right. Anyway.
That requires you to have the card, though.
True. It has absolutely been a pleasure, as always. Thank you for joining me for this What are we on? Hour and about 2 hours.
I'll have to do one more thing. Look at the Jumbo Cactuar from Final Fantasy, because I feel like at some point that was at $100 for no reason.
Jumbo Cactar. Jumbo Cact. Do you want the borderless or the normal?
Don't care. It was like the normal was at $100 at some point. Its last attack is like 60.
Can we just both agree that this will be $1 within a week of going out? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Also, I want to point out it was at 75.
Yeah, I remember at some point checking it was at like close to 100.
Yep. All right. Well, again, as always, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully, maybe down the line this becomes a series between the channel. Though next time, if you want to do it on yours.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm probably like not ignoring a good chunk of Universes Beyond, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll look for like interesting reprints in Universes Beyond.
Yep.
And I have to seriously consider that cat regular. Seriously.
Indeed.
Even though I don't want to.
It has been a pleasure, as always, and thank you, everybody who hopped in and joined us during our completely accurate, and you should definitely follow our advice rulings for Universes Beyond, or for this set.
Yeah.
But until next time, this is Blaze from Blazing Flame Studio and Phoenix May.